Hey everyone, it's Rykard here again, back with another black and white Pokemon analysis. Today, we're going to be looking at the final evolution of the starting fire Pokemon, and this is also the large fire pig Pokemon for anyone that's curious, and it goes by the name of Enbuoh. So let's get started by taking a look at its abilities and its stats. So first off, like the previous two starting fire Pokemon, this one evolves into a firefighting type, which means that it is, I think, the third firefighting type starter Pokemon in the Pokemon series. So you're pretty much used to this typing by now and know what it's good for and what it's not, hopefully. As for its abilities, Blaze is going to be its main ability that it uses, or that it will have throughout your playthrough in the game, probably. And it works the same way Torrent and Overgrow do, in the sense that it increases the power of fire moves when you have a third of your health or less. As for its second ability, which it gets in the Dream World, it is known as Reckless, and I think that is a new ability. But what it does is that it increases the power of moves that have that cause recoil damage by 1.2. So basically, if you have any moves that do recoil, which Enbuoh actually learns quite a bit of, they will have increased power and be able to do even more damage, which unfortunately will mean that you will take more recoil damage from them because they're more powerful, but since they are all essentially really high attack moves anyways, the goal with a Reckless set, which you will see later, is to just do as much damage as possible to anything. As for its stats, it has 120 or 110 HP, which is quite a bit, but unfortunate because of its 65 base defenses for defense and special defense. So even though you do have high HP, you still don't have the best defenses in the world. But what's great about that, though, is that since, I'm just going to compare them to Infernape and Blaziken for now, they both have pretty low defenses as well, so the fact that Enbuoh has high HP will allow him to at least take a hit or two more than Infernape and Blaziken would be able to, which is a good thing. As for its physical attack, it is at a 123, which is a ridiculously high physical attack, and also it has 100 special attack to be utilized as well. So either way, whether you want to go special, physical, or mixed, it is definitely possible because of Enbuoh's high attack stats. As for its speed, though, it is an unfortunate 65, which means that it won't really amount to much even if you max it out. But there is a new fire-type move that he learns that can essentially rid him of this kind of problem, which you will now see in the first of 3 sets in this video. So for this first one, you're going to be running a Timid Nature and be using the ability Blaze. Timid Nature obviously increases your speed and lowers your physical attack, because this is actually going to be a special set since Enbuoh's move pool is completely ridiculous at all the different things he can learn, which is amazing. As for the EVs, you're going to put 4 into HP just to give it 1 more HP point, and then 252 EVs for special attack and 252 EVs for speed to give it your max special attack and your max speed. As for the item, you're going to be using an Expert Belt because of the different kinds of moves you can use with Enbuoh, and it will prove to be a very useful item to have because of the different type coverages you can get. So the first move in the set is Nitro Charge, and that is the move that I meant before when I was saying that it can completely remedy his low base speed. While Nitro Charge is a physical move with 50 base power, it can still be utilized in a special set because of its side effect, which increases your speed by 1 stage every time you use it. So even though it won't be that powerful, it's basically there as like a free speed boost, and it can be utilized in either a physical or special set, whichever one, and obviously this is the special version. So its main attack move, though, will probably either be Flamethrower or Fire Blast, whichever one you want, but I chose Flamethrower for this one because I prefer the accuracy. As for its next move, it learns Boiling Water, which is just like a what? because it's a fire Pokemon, so why could it use a water move? But it's really cool that it can get this, so that can help cover even more types that wouldn't be as, or that normal fire Pokemon could not cover with their regular moves. So being or having a water move allows you to hit rock and ground types for super effective damage that normally other Pokemon wouldn't be able to, or fire Pokemon. And as for the other move, it's really up to you. But preferably, I would go with Focus Blast, which it was abbreviated to FB in this situation. GK stands for Grass Knot, which is another really weird move that this Pokemon learns. And then HP obviously stands for Hidden Power. So Grass Knot can come in handy, at least if you're facing a team with a Swampert, and because Grass Knot will easily one-hit KO that, I'm pretty sure. And it is just a good move to have if you're fearing water types walling you or some kind of thing. Whereas Focus Blast is a stab move, and it covers a lot more types than Grass Knot would, which is why I would prefer Focus Blast. And then obviously Hidden Power can be catered to whatever you want it to. But basically the idea is to just have a ton of different types to cover and be really fast with Nitro Charge, and then do a lot of damage because of the boosts from Expert Belt. As for this next set, it is going to be a more bulky Emboar, but still utilize some attributes of the previous set, mainly Nitro Charge. But you're going to want a careful nature to increase your special defense, but lower your special attack this time because we're going physical. And then the ability is going to be Blaze again. And then EVs will be 252 HP and 252 special defense EVs, and 4 for speed, so that you have 1 more speed point, which can be beneficial, and then max HP and max special defense. So basically you're just trying to be as specially defensive as possible. As for the item, you're going to be using a Chesto Berry in conjunction with the move Rest, which is like an infamous combination of move and item. As for its other moves, Nitro Charge is there again to increase your speed and also be your main physical fire type move, which is kind of unfortunate because it only has 50 base power, but it's the only other fire type move you could use other than Flare Blitz, and you don't want to be taking damage from yourself, so this is kind of the only option. As for its next move, you're going to be using Bulk Up to increase your attack and your physical defense, so that you can hopefully make up for the low attack power of Nitro Charge and also become more physically bulky. So with these two moves, plus the incredibly high special defense that you're going to at least try to get with the EVs, you're getting a really, really well-rounded Pokemon with the different stat boosts, so it's really cool. Rest is obviously there to be used with Chesto Berry to heal off any damage or any statuses that you obtained while trying to set up. And then Brick Break is going to be your main fighting attack move, because he doesn't really learn anything more powerful than that other than superpower, and then that will completely ruin the bulk up anyways because you lose attack and physical defense. So Brick Break seemed like the logical option. But this is basically a set-up Emboar that will become, or that is really defensive and really powerful and then really fast too, so it's a pretty cool, well-rounded set. As for this last set, it's completely different from the previous two in the sense that the point of it is to just switch in Emboar and try and take something out with your incredibly high attack, and or at least do as much damage as possible to whatever switches in on you. As for the nature, you can either choose between Adamant or Jolly. It's up to you, really, so it's pretty much your choice. Adamant will increase your physical attack, and Jolly will increase your speed. As for the ability, we're going with Reckless this time to increase the power of the multiple moves that Emboar uses that have recoil damage, or that do recoil damage. The EV spread is going to have 4 for HP, 252 attack to give you your max attack, and 252 speed to give you your max speed. And then the item for this set is going to be a Choice Scarf. And if you've seen any of my previous videos, you know that I don't even use choice items on any of the sets that I make up because I personally don't like the idea of being locked into one move, even though it is effective in many cases. But the only set I've ever even used a choice item on was the Celebi one I made. But for Enbow, having a choice scarf to get an advantage on your opponent is an amazing asset to have to utilize your incredibly high physical attack. This is the second time I've done that. As for the move set, Flare Blitz is going to be your main fire type move. It has incredibly high power and also gets stab, and because it deals recoil, it'll get a reckless boost as well. So it'll be doing a lot of damage. The next move is going to be Head Smash, which is essentially the rock version of Flare Blitz, and it works the same way. It doesn't get stabbed though, but it gets the reckless boost. The next move is going to be Wild Bolt, which is a new electric type move with 90 base power, and it's a physical move, and it also deals recoil damage. So that will also get a reckless boost. And for the last move, you're going to be using Superpower because that's the strongest fighting type move that Enboh learns. But it doesn't get the reckless boost, but it gets stab, so it'll still be incredibly powerful and be able to do a lot of damage with your high physical attack. So this is essentially just like a switch in, do as much damage as possible to anything, and then get out of there so that you can use a different move or save for another time in battle when you can switch in safely and take out whatever is threatening you. But that's it for this Pokemon. I actually am planning on choosing Enboh as my starter Pokemon when I get Black and White, or whichever one I get. So I am very much pleased with the sets that I came up with and his abilities as a Pokemon. So I hope you guys like him a lot too, and you let me know what you think of some of these sets. So I guess I will see you in my next video, which will be up soon hopefully, so be looking for that. Take care everyone. Bye.